Hey, what is going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC. Welcome to part 2 of our Freestyle RC ZEI Chassis build. Here I am pulling out the J Concepts tribute wheels in white. I've gone ahead and dyed the planetary caps black, and I'm going to be installing them as well as these metal tribute adapters from Freestyle RC that will fit perfectly on their axles. As you can see here, slip right onto the pin. So we're going to go ahead and install these, screw them in, add some Loctite onto them, and then install the planetary caps. Then we're going to go ahead and pull out the transmission, install the motor, the electronics. On top of that, we're going to go ahead and install the driver as we get all of that going and be one step closer to being completed. So let's do it. All right, now we're going to remove the transmission. Got the top 2 screws from the bracket. We'll leave the bracket in there. And tie the side screws here. Should just drop right out. There we go. Now we'll be able to mount up our motor. Get that ready for install here. And also mount our driver this way a little bit easier. Getting some screws up through the bottom to mount him in place here. So while I'm at this point as well, I'm going to go ahead and remove these front 2 brackets, screws, so we can see where the driver is going to sit in here. Alright, so let's thread these back in so I don't lose them. Just 2 or 3 threads on, just so they stick together. Don't know what motor I have to put in here yet. I'll have to look through. I don't think I have anything that fits within the Renegade class or whatever they're calling it, so I'll just have to put something in it for now. But I should be able to see now how easily he'll sit in here. Alright, I got a couple of really long screws here. We're just going to try and see if we can get it to bite just a little bit. To get it started. The driver will fit, but I need the screw to not fall through so that the driver will sit elevated. So I'm just putting a nut on it.
That's cool.
And when they screw it into him, he won't fall through. Alrighty guys, so I was able to get the driver mounted in there. You can see the screws. I did have to put little nuts down there to keep it from dropping through, but it holds them in there real nice, very firm. I can probably even lower them a little bit more. Just have to go in the bottom here and screw each one in and pull it down, but it looks good to me. I'll come down a little bit more, but overall I'm liking it. It's working. It's lining the steering wheel up too right here with the column, so that's great. It's gonna be perfect. I do need to do this right side down a little more because it's biasing a little bit to the left. That'll straighten them out. I'm alright with that. I think we'll go with that. The way I see it too, it looks like our ESC will still mount right underneath his legs here. We can run our wires right down through here to our motor, so that should be awesome. It's great because our battery's going to go right there. Everything's nice and clean. Nice and clean. Put this bar back in here. Alright, so here is my problem. It doesn't fit. Not with the fan, at least. So I could remove the fan and be okay. Alrighty, well, I haven't been keeping up with showing this particular section of the build and what I'm doing here, but I've taken this exclusive RC fuel tank that I've been given, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to be able to mount the electronics in here. It doesn't really fit underneath the driver like I was hoping. I guess it could have if I removed this top fan, but I don't really want to do that. Running a 5700 kV right now, so it's not optimum to do that. So I found this, and I just took off the little tray that is already in the truck right back here. Use that as a template on the bottom, drilled out the holes, and so I'll be going to put that in. I did cut this section out of it, and it allows my Sidewinder 4 to fit in here absolutely perfectly now, and my receiver will fit in here as well. And there was already like 2 little notches in the front here that I kind of just cut out and even opened it up more. And that's going to be where I'm also going to be able to now mount my on-off switch. We'll screw that in place right on the back there. So as you can see, fits perfect. You can see I'll be able to put my wires straight down in there. The light's not letting you really see that, but you'll have to believe me. The wires can fit in here, and I'll be able to plug in right through the top. Coming over, because the motor's coming off the back side here, I'll just come right up with the wires along the chassis, and they'll go right up and over and in. So it should be good, as long as I didn't mess up with this being in the way. I might have, so we'll have to account for that a little bit when we do it, but I think we'll be all right. Like that, looking pretty cool. What I'm going to probably do is put bolt connectors on this, 2 wires with a EC3 on it, because a lot of what my shorty packs are EC3, and then that'll be able to go this long distance up through here to plug in to, and then I'll just kind of tape that on. Hopefully it'll be good. Cut that shorter so they won't hit and spark, in theory. So we're going to do the opposite as well, so you can't accidentally plug in the wrong ones to each other. So we're going to do opposites on these. So now you can see these are opposite. They almost plug into each other. You don't want to do that, but it'll keep them different, which is what we want. That way, if you disconnect these, you won't accidentally plug into the battery the wrong way and poof, smoke something. Alright, so you can see here, I took the positive wire, and where it was showing that little bit of metal, I just took a little piece of black shrink wrap, and I've applied it here and just kind of heat shrinked it. It's a quick slit in here if I need to get it apart. Plus, they'll probably just pull apart anyway with it in there. They can slide it off. Not a big deal. Just a quick, easy way to make sure we're not getting any shorting by clicking wires. So we'll get the wire melting, then we'll try and get that melting, and we'll touch them together. Let it hold. This one can take more heat without melting the plastic, so that's why I'm going to start here, get it nice and hot, everything moving, and then work the two together here now. Alright, we've got these all plugged in. We've now got our really long run that we can always take off at a later date. Alright, so now we need 32 pitch pinion. Go on here. Should clear a bunch of this stuff out of our way. And I'm thinking that we do a 16 tooth pinion. And maybe we'll do an 18. Let's see if it fits. I want it to be able to fit through here, that's for sure. An 18 just fits through there. So that's what we'll do. I'm going to take this off so we can see the mesh. So it's a 1.5 millimeter. And we're going to use our drill. Keep all my pinions in this Protect case. Line that up in the flat spot, and we'll basically just want to see how we're going to line up. So I still need to go further back, and then through here we'll be able to easily screw in our motor and get it all lined up. Love how this is set up. I do want to think through what my motor wires coming off this way, and actually I want to resolder them before anything, so they're coming off backwards. I need them to go the other direction. Just reusing the same solder they got going on here. Still looks good to me. There it goes. Now we're getting it. The main thing is to make sure we have a really solid connection here. So, all right, little beauty tin on there. All right, little motor screw action going on here. That one feels pretty good. This is my go-to thread lock, is Vibratite medium. It's not messy. It's very gel-like. Don't make a mess with it. You can just put a little dab on, and it's perfect. All right, that one's in good. So now we're gonna back this one back out. I'll put my Vibratite on it. Get the mesh just right and cinch them both. A little tight right there. All right. I'm happy with it. Got a little rock in there, just a little bit. All right, that should be good to go in there now. So we're gonna put the front back on. Cool Freestyle RC logo on it, and it looks like a scale transmission. We'll get it. All right, so take out those screws and we're working on remounting this in there. Should be nice and simple. All right, my MIP ball end one. And this is where these tools are so great, is that they're rounded here on the end. And you can come in and you can actually screw in from an angle like so. And let's work with our driver in there. So, transmission is in place. Our motor wires are going to be able to route their way right up here off of the real engine. The fake real engine in the back, which is going to be awesome. We'll come off of here, and if we hold them to this wall a little ways before we bring them up, and those drop in, plug in down here. Have kind of a cool mess of wire coming off of here.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish putting in these wires on here. It's going to wrap up this video part 2. Got the electronics for the most part installed. I still need to hook up my receiver and the servos and all that. That'll be done in part 3 of this video. as well as just kind of buttoning everything else up on it, getting the wheels installed and all of that. So thanks for tuning in. As always, guys, I'm going to have to work these wires in here and really get them kind of strapped in and zip tied in and kind of taken care of. And then we'll pull out the motor or the engine that's 3D printed and get it all painted up for you guys in the next video as well. So thanks for tuning in. As always, have fun RCing, and we'll catch you in the next video.